Plays clubs and colleges all over the country. He's a favorite on the strip, and we got him here tonight. Please give it up, Mike Shank!
Ooh, Suncoast Hotel, Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City. Where the men are men and half the women are too. Hey, give it up for yourselves for coming out tonight and supporting the Life Company. It means a lot to us because it takes a lot for us to get up here and do what we do, especially since every comic I know suffers from some sort of disorder. They're either depressed, alcoholics, or substance abusers. My problem's anxiety. I get these debilitating panic attacks, man. I get them so bad I can feel my heart pounding against my rib cage, my arms go numb, my throat goes numb, only to find out that's what's supposed to happen when you do that much cocaine. I love Vegas. Sin City, they ought to call it Fake City. You got fake castles, fake shark reefs. You take all those fake boobs and build a rock climbing wall. We just moved out of Vegas about 3 years ago. Actually moved to Vegas the day Elvis died, and we just left 3 years ago and moved to Perone. Perone, Nevada is where you wind up when you purchase your dream Southern Nevada home through Wish. You'd think I'd have done a little bit more investigating before we moved out there. I did a show out there about 8 or 9 years ago, in fact, with Warren. We did the show, and when we showed up, we had to check in. They told us that we were staying in the entertainer suite. Oh boy, the entertainer suite in Perone, huh? Dude, flat pillows, flat towels, 2 separate queen beds, not even a robo-bar. I was in the bathroom, using the restroom, and I'm looking at this beautiful picture that was hanging above the toilet. It was a desert covered in snow. It looked so realistic, but when I tapped it, all that powder dropped to the bottom and automatically charged my room $300. The town is so overrun with all the tweakers and the meth heads that the town has just wrapped their arms around it. We're the only town in the United States that measures their snowfall in grams. We're finally getting our second Circle K out there. They want to put an Arby's out there. Dude, if you want to see jacked up roast beef, all you have to do is drive down to the brothels. Oh, that went too far, didn't it? We opened our own construction business out there. The one thing I can't stand doing is painting. So when I opened the business, I was looking for a painter. And a couple guys that I met in town told me that I had to call this dude named the Walrus. Like, the Walrus? Like, yep, send me the dude's contact. He even had him listed under the Walrus. Like, all right, cool. I called the guy shows up at the job the next day. This dude is spun out of his mind, weighed about 110 pounds. He's like, yo man, I heard you got some work for me to do. I'm like, dude, why did they call you the Walrus, man? I thought you weighed like 180 pounds. When he smiled, he only had these 2 teeth. Opening my own business, I got kind of curious. You guys remember the penthouse forum stories that we used to read when we were younger? Yeah, I wondered if, hey man, maybe one of those will come true. I'll be one of them guys. No. Then I remember where I moved to. No. I showed up at one house, and this elderly lady answered the door wearing a nightgown. My eyes immediately dropped. And she said, oh, you're one of those guys that are into feet, huh? I said, nope, actually I was checking out your boobs. Oh, man. Being a comic, we got to stay up on current events, and if anybody thinks I'm going to say jack shit about Kanye West, that's the joke in itself. That is it. Did you guys hear that the state of Washington recently made it legal to compost a human? Yep, you You can now take your loved one, put them in a gigantic wooden barrel with a bunch of composting material, and according to the guy in the interview, in 6 to 9 months you have beautiful soil for planting. Sorry, dude, I'm not planting an apple tree in grandma. But then I got to thinking about it and thought, wait a minute. I've already got a gay uncle, so that would technically be the second fruit she produced. Oh, now I see why Warren got away with saying fag. You guys clap at my fruit uncle. That's holy shit. I love that. That's great. Again, don't throw nothing at me. I cannot believe that the United States Supreme Court actually had the audacity to overturn Roe versus Wade. What I think is even worse is that for 51 years of my life, all I thought Roe versus Wade was the difference between how Mexicans and Cubans got to America. You guys didn't laugh at that. I ran it past one of my theater friends before I even tried it. Football season finally back. Everybody's stoked. Football season. Well, yeah. There any other Eagles fans in here tonight? You just fucked up the entire, sorry, you just screwed up the entire joke because I'm not used to having a positive response when I say it. Usually nobody likes the Eagles and somebody always boos and I get to pick them out and you guys just screwed it all up. But nobody likes the Eagles, even to this day, all still because of Michael Vick. Yeah, see? There she is. See, the white people don't like him because we're all a bunch of tree-hugging, animal-loving pussies. The black people don't like him because he had more money than they do. And the Koreans don't like him because he wasted a perfectly good meal. Oh, that was out of line this way. I can make jokes like that. I'm an animal lover. Our whole family's animal lovers. There's other animal lovers in here besides them two, right? We've got a turtle, 2 dogs, 3 cats. My wife wanted me in charge of naming the cats. I'm like, sure, whatever. But she's got this thing for serial killers. So we've got Dahmer, Gacy, and Clinton. Let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's cool. I'll take it. One of our dogs. He's an American Bulldog. Anybody in here got an American Bulldog? They are the dumbest, grumpiest. He just sits there with this stupid look on his face with his tongue hanging out. I think we should change his name to Biden. Oh man, as Warren said, I perform all over the place. When you look like I do when you go to the airport, they always see me coming and think I'm packing something, and I have to go through the x-ray machine. I don't get to just go through the metal detector like you guys do. You know what I'm talking about? Your arms up, they're scanning you, looking at everything. When I tripped to Portland not that long ago, I decided I was going to have a little fun with the TSA agent. I went to a local adult store and I bought a prosthetic dick that went from my knee all the way up to my crotch, just so I could see the look on the face of that TSA agent. But it was just my luck with a black dude. He's like, oh, go ahead. Performed in Montana. Got drug into a strip club after a show. You guys laughed at Grump, huh? Oh boy. Dude, the women up there, oh my God. This chick was dancing off in the shadows. I thought she was wearing a fanny pack to put her money in. She danced into the spotlight. It was just her stomach flopping over her G-string. Yeah, you guys can laugh and ooh and ah, but who in here remembers Larry's Villa? I didn't see. Yeah, I thought the girls in Montana were bad. Dude, Larry's Building used to be the retirement home of strippers. Those chicks in there were so nasty and disgusting, they get down in your face and pull their G-string to the side. That shit was bubbling like a Yellowstone mud. I warned you, they don't get any better, but they're still funny, so it's cool. It's cool. Just when I was doing that show in Montana, I'm driving across Montana, my oldest son's mom calls me. She starts bitching me out. She's like, "You're never going to guess what I thought your son did." He was 13 years old at the time. I was like, "I don't know, what was he doing? Was he smoking weed or what?" She said, "No, he was watching porn on his computer." I'm like, "All right, what website was he looking at?" She said he was watching Pornhub.com. I'm like, "All right, cool. The kid's got halfway decent taste. I don't know what to tell you." But as I keep driving along, I get to thinking, wait a minute. What if I'm at home and I'm in my room at one end of the house and he's in his room at the other end of the house and we're both rubbing one out to the same video? Finally, father and son bonding time. Thank you. We got married couples? Where are the married couples at tonight? Woo! How long you guys been married?
15 years.
Too long, 15 years. Apparently 15 years to you is forever.
Almost.
Yeah, almost. So she's not still in that nosy stage, huh?
No, not at all.
Dude, my wife is, oh my God, has to have her nose in my business all the time. I can't even go to the bathroom without her questioning me. I go out to the bathroom and she's like, "Did you spray? Did you spray?" Like, damn, how nosy do you have to be? No, I didn't spray. It was solid. I love my wife to death. I actually met my wife 11 years ago this month. One of the first family events that she ever invited me to that year was Thanksgiving. I was like, "Oh man, this is cool." That's how I knew I had found the one. I'm not being a pig because the food was delicious. All I'm saying is that after dinner, when she was serving the pumpkin pie, I asked her if she had any whipped cream. She told me, "Hold on, I gotta go in my room and get it." I feel bad for her sometimes though, because I'm pretty sure being married to a comedian has to suck. Because here in about 10 minutes, I shut up and you guys don't have to listen to me anymore. She has to listen to me 24 hours a day. I feel bad for her, man, because sometimes I have really, really bad timing with conversations. The things were getting hot and heavy on the couch a couple weeks ago. She looked at me and said, "Hey, I think I'm going to go in the bathroom and shave." I said, "Yeah, you probably should, because women aren't supposed to have hair on their upper lip." She got so mad and so tense, her nose hair started shaking, there was no way in hell I was bringing that up. We're always doing everything together too, and I love going fishing with her. She says she loves going too, but she always gets freaked out. You know, she's not freaked out because of the boat. She's not freaked out because of the water. She's freaked out because of me and my horrible timing with conversation. All because one time we went out to Lake Mead, threw over the anchor, we both passed out. I looked at her and said, "So, you think Scott Peterson did it?" Man, it's warm up here. I'm sweating like Casey Anthony walking through a daycare. I heard that. Wow, that's cool. That's another one. I'll keep it. Oh, man. My wife's no different than the rest of you women. She always tells me that she doesn't fart, she just whispers in her panties. Told her, "Yeah, well, you might want to look over your back, sweetheart, because some asshole's talking shit to you."
Did you whisper it?
No. No, I'm not competing with those little unicorn and fairy dust farts. No. She's also just like the rest of you women, because anytime I come home on Fridays with my paycheck already cashed, I got $1,500 in my pocket and she got her hand out. So I pulled the dick out. To my surprise, she grabbed it, pulled me to her, and whispered in my ear, "Do you want to treat me like a dirty little whore?" I'm like, "Yeah." She said, "Good, then that'll be $1,500 for the night." Oh, man. Starting to get older. I just turned 51 years old a couple weeks ago. Thank you, thank you. It's hard to believe that several years ago I was pushing 350 pounds. You don't have to applaud that. It was my own fault for dating a fat bitch in a wheelchair. That's what you're going to do? As I'm getting older, you have to keep up on your health. You got to keep up on your dentist visits, your doctor visits. I had to make a dentist visit a couple months ago. I went in for the old exam and x-rays. I go in the back, and again, it's like that x-ray scan. If you guys have the thing that circles around your head and then lays it flat, that's pretty badass. Badass x-ray machine. Anyhow, they do the x-rays, and I'm waiting in the examining room. The dentist comes in and he says, "Hey man, we got a real problem here." I was like, "Yeah, what's that?" He grabbed that plastic molded mouth off the counter and told me that while you're waiting for him, apparently you're not supposed to stick your dick in it. I told him it was his own fault to put braces on it and make it look like an 18-year-old girl's mouth in the first place. That one you can boo. That is funny shit. That is hysterical, very, very funny. My wife brought up to me, it's probably time for you to go get a prostate exam. Like, no, I'm good. I'll go in for a physical, but I'm not going in for a prostate exam. She said, "I'll tell you what, if you don't, I'll call and make the appointment for you." I'm like, "Bullshit, The next morning, I got to call the doctor to schedule my physical. Well, out in Pahrump, we have the old school doctors. The nurse will open up the door and they announce, not only, "Mr. Shank, will the doctor see you now, but what the doctor will see you for." They opened the door and she said, "Mr. Shank, the doctor will now see you for your physical and for your prostate exam." I was like, hold on. I only scheduled the physical. I didn't schedule a prostate exam. She said, "Oh, we know, your wife did." "Great, since you're already going to be here, we're going to do it now too." When I walked down the hallway, the doctor was standing outside the doorway, holding one of those stupid paper gowns. You guys know the ones I'm talking about, split, open up the back? Yeah. I turned to walk into the room, and all of a sudden he started dimming the lights. Dude, I didn't even turn around. All I said was, "Hey man, where do you want me to put my clothes?" He said, "You can throw them over in the corner with mine." So, who just said that's Pahrump for you? No, How was the exam? I didn't know that when they do that, and that doctor gets that finger in there, you are actually going to, against your will, have an orgasm right there on the table. I now have follow-up scheduled once a week for the next year. So he gets done doing all of his crap. And you guys know that anxiety I was talking about. You don't get the results right then. They called me the next day and said, "Mr. Shank, the doctor needs to see you." I said, "All right, cool. I'll be in on Monday." They're like, "Nope, we can't do Monday. The earliest he can see you is on Wednesday." So I spend the next 48 hours in sheer hell, man. I am just petrified of what this doctor is going to say. When I get there, I walk in, and he said, "Mr. Shank, I need to let you know that we found blood in your stool." I said, "Yeah? Well, maybe next time if you take your ring off, you won't." Where are the parents at? We got parents in here? Woo! magical and mystical that experience was going to be? Bullshit, there is nothing magical about watching a wet St. Bernard work its way through a cat door. I love my kids to death, but they're constantly getting me in trouble. I get accused of wiping boogers on the side of the couch. I'm a grown-ass man. I know damn well that they go underneath the cushion. The kids grow up so fast. I was in the bathroom shaving the other day. Our oldest came in and he said, "Hey, Dad, can I wear some of your cologne so I can smell good like you do when you go out?" I said, "Sure, buddy." So I'm spraying the cologne on him. I look over at his brother splashing beer on him. I'm like, "Dude, what the hell are you doing, man?" He says, "Well, Dad, I want to smell like you do when you get home." That ain't shit. I look over and our daughter's splashing whiskey on him. I was like, "What the hell are you doing, baby?" She said, "Well, Daddy, I want to smell like the guys who show up here at the house when you're